about y'all. Come on, all the shit they said about us, it's time for us to get out there and show it to them.
What you here for? Strictly business. Yeah. You want a job or get rich? I'm bossed up. 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 Got boss in my IV, just check my ID, and that's why I be the HNIC. People despise me, my services ain't free. Ain't trying to hear your story, homie. Cop me, no please. In high school, corner, quarterback. Nowadays, corner, quarter sack. Keep that on the low, rappers turning into rats. Fly snitching on they self, DEA ransack.
What's good? What's poppin'? The boys are back in the building. It's a fucking football Friday. Even though we don't got no football, we got some football to talk. How's it going, brother?
Man, what a day it's been. That's what I would say. What a day it has been.
True. I can concur on that. But we're gonna have some fun though. We're gonna have some fun right now. Like I said, we're not gonna be here for a long time, but we're gonna be here for a good time. Do you think sports media in general, sports fans in general, live in a place of nostalgia, and it disrupts how they appreciate the sports we live in or that we're experiencing today?
Some of them do, yep.
Think so?
A lot of them do, actually.
A lot of them do?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think nostalgia is a good thing or a bad thing?
It's a good thing. It gives us reference points of where the game has been and where it's come from and where it's going to eventually evolve to. But as long as we always can go back on those memories, that's the best part of the game.
Do you think today's players are looking at the comparison game the wrong way?
Yes.
Okay, I agree. Do we live in nostalgia as sports? Because now that we're in sports media now, given the podcast, we are also players, former players as well, and we are fans. So do I think I live or look at things through a nostalgic lens? Somewhat, because I can look at the game today and compare it to yesterday. And that's on all sports. Like, I know this is football, but we're going to talk about all sports just with the nostalgia topic today. Because I think
that's I think that's apparent for all sports fans to an extent, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we all like to go back and relive the glory days and think about the times where, especially in football, basketball, where it was a little more physical. There were a lot more lackadaisical on the rules. There was a lot more back and forth, and just stuff that you can really harp on to where that really laid the foundation of the game that we see today.
You think the rules were lackadaisical back then or now? You think back more?
I think more. I wouldn't say lackadaisical. I would say the refs or the officials were a lot more let them play-ish and not more quick to pull their flag like a lot of refs now, because we're trying to protect the players, because that's what they're saying. Mm-hmm. Here's why you say quotes.
Yeah, I believe. I think the games in general, football, basketball in particular, that's pretty much what we're going to focus on right now. Because I don't think we have this problem in other sports. I don't think it's a problem in baseball, because I think those guys, they embrace the pass in baseball. I don't believe it's a problem in hockey or any other sport. I think it's really a big problem in basketball.
Because those sports don't have any major changes like we see in football and in basketball. Like in hockey, imagine if they take out fights in hockey.
Well, what I mean is, in every sport, you're compared to the people that came before you. Like Serena Williams was being compared to the Chris Everetts of the world and the other, great female tennis players that came before her. Tiger Woods with Jack Nicholson, what his name? Whatever the fuck his name was. I can't remember the golfer dude.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson.
No, not Phil Mickelson.
Oh, no, Jack. What the fuck is his name? Jack Nicholson.
It's not Jack. It's whatever. The golfer dude.
It's something close to the actor Jack Nicholson, but he's a golfer. So
right. So like that. Like Tiger didn't shy away from that. He didn't care about the comparisons. When you go to baseball, they compare everybody to Babe Ruth. They compare everybody to Hank Aaron, to whoever it may be. Like there's always a comparison.
Yeah, all the time. Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Jackie Robinson, Pete Rose, all kind of freaking comparisons, especially in baseball. He hits like, he runs like, he steals bases like.
Yep. Nephew Dre in the building. Yeah, but like with basketball, they seem to resist. Oh, don't compare me to Magic. Don't compare me to Jordan. Don't compare me to Wilt. Don't compare me. Don't compare me. Don't compare me. Don't compare me. I'm my own player. The problem I have with all of this is that those were the guys that laid the foundation for you to be who you are. Gil said something that was like, oh, well, who did Michael Jordan have to be compared to? And it was like, well, it's Dr. J and David Thompson. Like
the niggas who he watched and modeled his game at. Dude, this is the reason why I hate when niggas be lying, right? Because a lot of niggas get on social media and be lying. This is why. Because motherfuckers talk, oh, I don't like to be compared. I don't like comparisons. Bro, they did comparisons when your dumb ass came out of college. Player comps. Oh, he plays like this. He shoots like this. He does this like that person. He has footwork like this. He runs like this. They've been comparing you your whole motherfucking career. Even since when you was in Pop Warner in high school, they've been fucking comparing you. So the fact that niggas want to sit up here and act all high and mighty now, oh, I don't understand why they comparing me to Magic. And bro, shut up, nigga. What the fuck? You should take it as a fucking compliment. That's the part about it.
That's where I was going to go with all of this. Is like, if you're a wide receiver in the NFL and someone puts you in a conversation with Jerry Rice, they mean you're pretty fucking good.
I'm saying they're probably saying, hey, that kid over there is pretty good.
Yeah, if they're putting you in
high regards.
Yeah, if they're putting you in a conversation with a Lawrence Taylor or a Mike Singletary or Ray Lewis or Ronnie Lott or Ed Reed, they think that you're really fucking good. Because if they didn't, then they wouldn't compare you to anyone. And then the NBA, right. So it's like nostalgia is needed when we're having these types of comparisons or types of conversations. We always ask, well, who's the best cover corner in the league? Okay, cool. But is he Deion Sanders?
Boom.
But like we've been doing this since the beginning of sports, and we're not going to stop it. And you shouldn't feel no kind of way about it.
I just don't understand why they always get so soft about it. Like, oh, well, why are you comparing me to them when I play better or I average better? Like, nigga, that's not what we mean. We're saying that you guys have similar gameplay. This is the thing, right? All these guys sit up here and talk about who their idols were and who they modeled their game after and blah, 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 and so what and so forth. And then when you compare them to that player, it's a problem.
Like if you were a running back in high school or from Pop Warner to high school, middle school, whatever it may be, to college, you had a vision of who you wanted to be. Like let's just say it was Eric Dickerson. Why would you get mad if they asked, if someone was considering you one of the greatest running backs of all time, and then they compared you to Eric Dickerson and Barry Sanders?
Like if somebody came out and interviewed you after having a 200-yard game and it was like, you know what? Your running style, the way you cut, your footwork, the way you see the field, it reminds me a lot of Eric Dickerson. Oh, no, I'm my own player. I like to be my own. Nigga, what the fuck? Just compared you to one of the greatest running backs in NFL history.
Right. And so all of these things that we get players complaining about, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's very odd because to be in those types of conversations should mean to you, at least in my mind, it would be, oh, you think very highly of me to put me in those types of conversations.
The only time I didn't like that shit is when niggas said I used to play like Revis.
Right. So you got to remember, yeah, and that's where I was going to also get to, because I was also having a conversation with a kid on Instagram, and I was like, bro, like you don't really know what you're talking about. And he was like, and I said, how old are you? He was like 25. I said, you can't really talk to me about this because I'm 47. I know football and I know basketball. I know sports at a level you don't know sports at, because I have 20 years on you.
And even
I've
then,
seen
you done ample research.
And sometimes research isn't enough. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can watch something on YouTube, but you still don't grasp the feeling that was happening around that time. Like you can watch.
At least for me, it's like start somewhere. Most of these niggas be sitting here talking and don't even.
Oh, they be chatting. They be chatting.
Like, they don't even care to start or care to look. Or I'm just like, bro, like you don't even know what. First of all, you don't even know what I'm talking about. Like, you can't even go back and reference the game in which I'm talking about, because not only were you not there, you just don't know. Like you have no clue that even took place, because your mind is so one-tracked and you're so focused on this and that and what happened. Like, nah, I'm talking about way back then, 1992, back game 6, 5 minutes left. You feel me? Like you can't go back that far. Like even if you wasn't there, like nigga, being able to go back and look at that reference point, which a lot of these niggas is too lazy to do. It's like you ain't even did that, so we can't even have this conversation.
Like people, like when they ask like who the greatest players of all time, and somebody like they say greatest running backs of all time, and someone mentions Walter Payton, and you get a young person and be like, oh, I don't know, like Walter Payton wasn't that good. You've never watched Walter Payton play. You've never
watched him play.
You don't know how good Walter Payton is, let alone someone like Jim Brown.
Like Walter Payton, Jim Brown, Ernie Davis,
like, O.J. Simpson. Like you don't know Earl Campbell
at Oklahoma, Earl Campbell. What what are we talking about? Jerome Bettis. What?
You didn't get a chance to watch this. All you see is stats, and you be like, oh well, he only ran for X amount of yards. Yeah, but you gotta see, you don't know the context of the league back then. You don't know any of these things. You're just looking at pure numbers. And pure numbers don't always tell the entire truth. And they should know that. They should know that because they live it, but they don't recognize it. Because if you look at pure numbers, Calvin Johnson's not a Hall of Famer. If you look at pure numbers,
20 receiver right now.
Right. If you look at pure numbers, Darrelle Revis isn't a Hall of Famer. You had to be around to see it, to be like, nah, I watched him play. Like you did. But if I'm looking at pure numbers, I'm like, nah, he was an average at best cornerback.
I mean, if you're looking at pure numbers, like we said, a few weeks ago, a lot of the quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, because without context to the numbers, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because like I'm telling you right now, go look at Joe Namath's numbers. Go look at Terry Bradshaw numbers. Go look at Troy Aikman numbers. Go look at every single fucking quarterback who's in the Hall of Fame numbers and tell me if they deserve to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
You can be like, fuck no. Especially when you look at Joe Namath and all those other guys, and you can be like, hell no. What? Do you see this? So when people are making the case that Eli don't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame because his win percentage and he has more interceptions, than go look at the other niggas in the Hall of Fame, because I guarantee that narrative will change real quick.
Yeah, and when we look back in the days, and you have to and we look at Dan Marino, and he threw for 5,100 yards and 45 touchdowns in 1983. You got to understand that's totally different than you doing that today. Like completely different. It's not even in the same atmosphere. Because you got to think, them niggas was running 3-man routes. At best, 4-man routes. Tight ends weren't dynamic the way that they are today. The running backs weren't really a part of the passing game. Like
a lot of the stats that we have, we didn't have back then, right? Like the next gen stats and the pro football focus. And bro, we did not have that back in the day, bro. Literally, it was Dan Marino and the Mark brothers going crazy.
Yep.
Like
Mark Clayton and Mark Duper for those
Mark
who don't.
Clayton and Mark Duper going crazy, dog. Mark Super Duper is what they called it. Like that's all we had on Sundays. Wow, we're watching the Dolphins go undefeated. We're like, holy shit, this ain't never fucking happened in our fucking life. This is crazy. What?
Right.
And the thing about it, the reason why it was so dynamic, and I'm gonna let you cook, Mel. The reason why it was so dynamic is because in a time where you had the Walter Paytons, the Jim Browns, you had the Ricky Williams, it was legitimately a running league. And you got this guy out here with these two brothers passing for 4K, 5K, 50 tugs type shit in the late 80s, early 90s. Like that was
early 80s.
Like early 80s. That was unheard of at the time.
That was retarded. And so when we understand how big of a difference Jerry Rice's season was, you gotta understand, like he wasn't supposed to do that. Sterling Sharp wasn't supposed to do what he did. Like, because these were running teams. Like the league was run first, pass second, run first, pass second. That's what you did.
Establish the run.
That was it.
Then hit him with the play action big bomb.
That was football. And a lot of it wasn't even, especially in the 49ers offense, it wasn't, I'm gonna throw the ball to you 80 yards down the field. It's not what it was.
Nope. Quick slant.
Like catch this quick slant and hopefully you don't die.
Yep. Catch this quick slant. This is where the one-step cut rule, because all that dancing and all that shimmy and shaking and spinning and nigga, that would get you cussed out and then benched. Coaches will literally tell you, see, this is the reason why I said nostalgia, right? You can draw back from nostalgia. This is the reason, this is one of those moments. Coaches will literally tell you, hey, stop all that dancing shit. No east and west, north and south. One cut and go.
That's it.
That's it.
That's
it.
And
if you're doing all that dancing shit, you're preparing to get hit. One cut and go to the crib. That's it.
Yep. And that's why what he did is so ridiculous, because they pass first, second, third. They go for the fourth down. They pass on the fourth down. They're passing all the time, and you got an extra game, and you can't do it. That's crazy. It's crazy.
That's the reason why the comparisons happen, because when people do the comparisons and start to compare eras, it's like, okay, well, even if we do compare, this era is better and Patrick Mahomes and 4,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, you got to understand that in the era where people were not passing the ball, we had niggas passing for 5K, 50 tugs.
Right. And you got to understand,
why Dan Marino still considered one of the best. When
Jerry Rice set the touchdown record, nigga, he did it in 12 games.
That's another big factor.
He scored 26 touchdowns in 12 games.
Like Barry Sanders, 2,000 yards. He did not have 17 games to do it. Eric Dickerson did not have 17 games to do it.
O.J.
Wilson did not have 17 games to do it.
No. So when we say, how could this guy play in, how would this guy fare in this era? It's because we understand what happened before.
And that's the reason why we feel Calvin Johnson is not a Hall of Famer, because at his size in the era in which he played, he should have produced more, but he didn't. There are people that played before him and after him that are smaller in stature that have put out a higher level of production.
Yep. And I'm gonna get to, because shout out to Trent over there doing this thing, but your boy's over there chatting again. They're over there chatting again.
You got some non-football minds.
And
I don't care if they did play football before. They don't know the game of football. Them niggas was just out there running around.
Yeah, because the new conversation over there was the gap between AB and Jerry Rice isn't as big as we say it is.
Yes, it is.
And peak, I hate peak. I just want you. I'm gonna get to that.
That word gets on my nerves. I'm telling you right now.
Peak AB is comparable to Jerry Rice.
That doesn't make any sense because
No, it
is
doesn't.
AB?
What is peak
I
AB?
always ask them that, and they've never, even when we talked about that whole, we had that whole back and forth about Darrelle Revis. You remember that? I asked them, what is peak? When was Darrelle Revis's peak? If y'all are going to claim that as an argument, when was
Sum it
his
up for
peak?
me.
You
Exactly.
have to sum it up for me, because if you're talking about the peak of his career, you have to give me a time frame in that case, right? Now we have to talk about how many seasons was he, quote unquote, at his peak? Because now this is what you niggas like to do, you new kids, right? This is what y'all kids like to do. Y'all took prime and turned it into peak, right? That's what y'all tried to do.
I think prime and peak. I think they okay.
That's what they tried to do, right?
Look,
they tried to flip it, but it didn't fucking work because they're stupid.
Because I'm gonna tell you what, just out of the conversations that I watched him have, prime is a window from one window to another window, however long they want to make it. But peak is the best performing years of that prime window, which makes absolutely no sense to me. Because I'm like, look, if that's the case, I could put peak Odell Beckham against anybody. See how that does? Because at the end of the day, we still have to deal with that career of that person.
And that doesn't make any sense, because even then, how long were they at their peak? And
it's one season. It's one or two seasons. One or two seasons.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? They can't sit up there and say that 1 or 2 seasons classifies as somebody's peak while it's inside their prime. That has to be one and the same. So you have to then pick one. Is it their peak or is it their prime? Because in their prime, if we understand that, okay, well, here's the window, right? The window starts here, the window ends there. If we're going to say that in their prime window, they had their peak season, which is their best season, then you can't sit up there and compare one peak season, one good season to somebody's consistent good career. That's why that argument doesn't work.
That's the point that I've always tried to make with these dummies. It's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. So if we're not comparing careers, we're not having a conversation.
That's why that argument. And for anybody who needs reference, we're gonna break this clip down and we're gonna post it. So if you ever need to go back and study, I got you. That's why that argument doesn't work. You can't use the argument at all. That's why it doesn't work.
That's like saying, Chris Johnson, his peak, he's just as good as Barry Sanders. No, he's not. No, he's not.
He's not.
Just because he ran for 2,000 yards one season?
Because even at his peak, if we're going to say that his peak, that one season in which he ran for 2K, you can still compare even the other seasons in which Barry Sanders did not run for 2K better than his peak season. Yeah. Does that make sense, guys? Yeah. See, that's why peak doesn't work. I'm trying to tell y'all.
But then where it hurts against him is just like, okay, so then you're saying that Chris Johnson is better than Emmitt Smith because he never rushed for 2,000 yards?
And here's why that argument, again, doesn't work, because prime is a time frame. Peak is a specific best year.
Exactly.
If we're going to say that Darrelle Revis, his peak was the greatest DB season that anybody's ever had, then another DB in Charles Woodson wouldn't have won Defensive Player of the Year in the same year. Because that would mean that Charles Woodson had a better peak one season than Darrelle Revis. Does that make sense? See how that argument does not work. And the more that you talk about it, the more stupid it sounds, because the more you break it down. See, we're smarticle guys. We went to school.
I'm trying to explain this to people. It's like, you can't change how we look at sports to fit your argument just to make it right. We're not going to do that. It's always
this this one forever did that whole point. You can't compare one great season to a great career. Those are not comparable, guys. They're never comparable. That's the kicker. That's the thing that everybody misses, right? You can sit up there and say he had the best peak, but at his peak, this guy's career as a whole was still better than that guy's career as a whole, and and his peak.
Couldn't I say that, like, if you go to a 1 year peak, if I had a DB or a receiver who's had a 3 year run that was just ridiculous, do those other 2 years count with the peak?
See how that doesn't work? You see how that doesn't work, guys? Because you can't classify those other 2 years as his peak, because per your definition, the peak has to be one year. Because if we're talking about multiple years, then we would be talking about his prime, not his peak, right? Okay. See, so I'm trying to tell you, the more you talk about it, the more it breaks down, the more it does.
It's like so. Yeah. But like how I feel about nostalgia and how it is relevant today, and how players should embrace it, because it sets the standard for the league itself, not just you. Because what would Patrick Mahomes be chasing if he wasn't chasing Tom Brady? What would Tom Brady be chasing if he wasn't chasing Joe Montana?
And the beautiful thing about it is we would never have anybody to compare them to. We would never have an example to set, right? Like I always say that the best examples are always set from the past, right? Mm-hmm. So we're always looking, we're always studying the people that come before us. So that is how we get and garner the comparisons. And that is where you get the so-called respect, right? The quote unquote, what's the goddamn word I'm looking for? Homage, right? So like when you have those guys that will, we have an example, right? That's the biggest thing. We have an example to look back at and be like, you play like one of these greats. And that is why the nostalgia fits in sports. And that's why it's important, because we can go back and look at those greats and be like, hey, this guy, this young guy, this new guy that's coming up, he reminds me of one of the greats that pioneered this game.
Right. I mean, and then we'll just take this last season. We don't even have to go far to dig anything up. What was everybody so amped up for Saquon Barkley to do?
Run for 2,000 yards.
They were amped up for him to break Eric Dickerson's record.
Yep. Run for 2,000 yards, break Eric Dickerson's record.
Like, is that nostalgia? Oh my God. Like, no, there was a milestone that was set from the past. Mm-hmm. That's a measuring stick. Oh, you had the greatest season a running back has ever had. It had to be set by somebody, and normally it's set by somebody in the past.
And boom.
When Lamar Jackson broke Michael Vick's rushing record.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nostalgia is necessary. Yeah. It's what makes sports great. It's able for somebody like me to remember when Eric Dickerson broke the record, like, oh shit, I was a kid, to being excited that somebody is about to break it again.
Yeah, the Triple Crown, right? How many people have done that? Yeah, like being able to draw back and be like, damn, the last time that has happened was boom. The last time that has happened was boom. Because there's not that many people, because it doesn't happen that many times.
Right. So what does every NFL team fight for? To beat the Miami Dolphins undefeated season.
Yep.
Like, that's what they go for. That's what the Patriots was trying to do. They was trying to one up it. Like, we got to win the Super Bowl in order for it to match up. Like, it's what we're both Golden State Warrior fans. What was the Golden State Warriors fighting for?
Yep. Beat that Chicago Bulls.
We got to get 73.
We got to get 73, but we got to win it. But we didn't win the chip. That's the reason why Michael Jordan was talking shit.
Nostalgia is the battery in the back of the current generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what gives you fuel to do what the fuck you do.
That's why LeBron is still playing at 40 years old.
He's chasing the ghost in Chicago.
Literally. Because if he felt like he was the GOAT already, he would have been stopped playing. But because he doesn't feel like it, because nostalgia, because guys like our good old Uncle Stephen A., right? Bringing up that good old ghost in Chicago, there's always going to be somebody to chase. There's always going to be somebody to compare. So what is he going to do? And it's just going to be the same thing for the next guy. Oh, this is a revolving door. Wasn't Mark Gastineau mad that his sack record was tainted? Yep. Sure was.
Because he felt like he owned the record for most sacks in the season.
Mm-hmm. And that's the reason why he pressed Brett Favre for it. Brett Favre and said that he took a dive.
Nostalgia is the battery for sports, man. There's a kid playing basketball right now that's going to want to break Steph Curry's record. That's the battery in this little kid's back to become the next great three-point shooter.
Mm-hmm.
It's not nostalgia for him yet. It's not. For him, it's just a goal. But by the time he gets to the league and he's playing, it'll be nostalgia.
Mm-hmm. And he's telling his kids and he's telling his nieces and nephews, this is what I strive to look at. Look at this guy. This is who I strive to be.
And then all of the kids that are alive, all the 20-year-olds and 30-year-olds that are alive watching Steph Curry, when he's getting ready to do it 15, 20 years from now, whatever it may be, you're going to be defending Steph Curry. Because for you, that will be nostalgia. Oh, I was alive when Steph was shooting. When he was doing the night, you wasn't there for that.
He wasn't there. You wasn't outside in 2022 when my boy first hit that night, man. He wasn't outside.
Like,
he wasn't
that'll be your nostalgia because you lived through it.
He wasn't there the first time that they won a chip as a Warrior fan in Sacramento.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing.
Man, right. That's the beautiful part about it. That's the beautiful part about it. Because that's going to be me. I'm going to be that dude that's going to tell everybody that, nah, bro, this is a little light-skinned nigga from Davidson. Nigga, he was better than LeBron. Nigga, fuck what you talking about.
And those are the conversations that I have with people. Like, you got to think, I grew up, I watched Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Roy Jones. You know what I mean? I watched Jerry Rice. I watched Megatron. I watched Randy Moss, Larry Fitzgerald. I watched all these niggas. I watched Jordan. I watched Magic. I watched Bird. I watched LeBron. I watched Steph Curry. I watched them all. All of them. Like, so when I'm having these conversations with people and I'm like, look, your frame of reference is not like mine. It's just not. It's not like I understand where you're coming from. When you saying, man, I grew up on LeBron. And I would look you dead in your face and I'd be like, and so did I.
Yeah. I was there I was there when the nigga was in high school, St. Mary's, when he got drafted. I was there.
The same way I was there when it happened for Michael Jordan.
Same thing I was saying when I was there for Kobe.
Same thing for Kobe.
18, Lower Marion High School.
For Shaq. For Kevin Garnett. For Allen Iverson.
He was outside. We was there.
I was outside. Like, I was at Allen Iverson's birthday party. When I was in college, I went to his birthday party.
We was there. Right. Y'all don't remember on the college football field going crazy. Or on the high school football field, going crazy. Winning state championships. And then turning around and winning high school basketball championships. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like nostalgia is it's the thing that you grew up watching. Because that's what you have reference to. I watched Barry before y'all met steroids Barry Bonds. I knew about Pittsburgh Pirate Barry Bonds.
And see, hold on, because this is the reason, because everybody don't understand the vitriol that I have for Barry Bonds, right? That's it right there, right? A lot of people
I just refuse. I don't think Barry Bonds did anything. They can't prove nothing. Y'all just call him steroid Barry Bonds. I don't do that. I just call him the greatest baseball player to ever live. But go ahead.
That's just me though. I understand everybody that I know feels the same exact way. That was me though, right? Because as a kid, right, talking about nostalgia, I loved baseball, right? Loved it.
Me too.
Used to play outside.
That was my favorite sport.
Right? Literally favorite sport, right? Used to play all the damn time. Wanted to play baseball, right? You can ask my mom. Had a glove, had a bat, everything, right? Only thing I didn't do was play baseball, right? Barry Bonds, favorite player growing up. It wasn't until he literally broke my heart when I heard all of the scandal stuff. And as a kid, that's what people don't understand about nostalgia. As a kid, when you see one of your sport idols, your sport heroes go through something like that, that literally breaks your heart and turns you away from the game. So when a lot of people talk about, oh, well, you know, he wasn't always, and even in San Francisco, I'm not talking about San Francisco, nigga. I'm talking about Pittsburgh Pirates, my nigga, when he was hitting 200, 300 homers. You heard? Well, he was knocking shit out the park, bro, smiling at niggas, flipping the bat, bro. Like, y'all don't remember that Barry Bonds. That's the nigga who got me into baseball. When he was having 7 slug-offs with Sammy and Mark McGwire, dog. Like, yeah, I was outside for that. And then the nigga broke my heart because he went to San Francisco and started to get into some weird shit with them Belco niggas. You know what I mean? Like,
it's all alleged.
You know what I mean? Like, so that, like, and that's the nostalgia part, right? Like, we draw off of that, right? I remember, y'all talk about the Frisco. I remember Pittsburgh Pirates, man, when I had the yellow hat with the P on it. Y'all wasn't outside, bro. Y'all wasn't outside.
Yeah. Like, it's just, nostalgia is just the shit that you love. And it's not, when you were a kid, if you're a Cowboys fan, you're a Cowboy fan because of nostalgia.
Like, I'll give everybody one, right? I'll give everybody one, especially baseball fans. Everybody knows.
What's up, Aaron? Older generation. I support the older generation.
Absolutely. When Ken Griffey Jr. when he first came, when Ken Griffey Jr. first came to the league, dog. Come on, man. What? The pose, the batting stance, the swing, the swag to it. You know what I mean? Like, we felt that. That's the nostalgia we draw back from. So, like, when we see guys like what's his name? Chisholm from New York, right, with the swag. When we see guys like McCluster from the Pirates a few years back, right, with the swag. When we see guys like Fernando Tatis, right, when we see guys like Mookie Betts, right, like with the swag in it, we like, ooh, like, he remind me of that. You know what I'm saying? He remind me of the KG. He remind me of the Ken Griffey Jr.'s. He remind me of the Ken Griffey's, right? He remind me of the Pete Roses, right? The guys that came in with kind of a different kind of swag and a different kind of confidence. And that's the way that's how we can draw and use those comparisons and pull from our nostalgia.
Right. Like during that time of the three-peats, like, you don't know how, like, some of the young kids they wouldn't hold on. I'm trying to read this real quick because he was typing. It was always nice niggas in the NBA we won't ever change, but that accomplished varies. Yeah, like, okay, that's another thing. Like, that's another thing. It's like, well, I get to the three-peat part. Like, I was in high school when them three-peats was happening, at least the first one. And I was having the same conversations that I'm having today back in 1991 when I was in high school. Okay? To know what New York felt like. Like, my brother was a Knicks fan. Like, I had my two brothers were Knicks fans. Me and my other brother were Bulls fans. So we was a house divided. Okay? So to know, look, what Jordan was doing and how the Knicks rivalry was and how one player, Michael Jordan, was able to put on your cable box, everybody got the Chicago channel just to watch Michael Jordan. Everybody. If you don't like, social media is a totally different animal right now. So you get access to things very quickly. Back then we had cable, but it wasn't like the cable motherfuckers got now.
Oh yeah.
So for us to get WGN, WPN, whatever the fuck it was, the Chicago network, so we could watch all the Bulls. We could watch all the Bulls home games. We got the Bears games. We got the Cubs games. We got all of the Chicago shit because of Michael Jordan. That's insane. Like, he was a rock star. And for the Bulls to three-peat the way that they did, and it's never been done, the closest we got was the Lakers, Kobe and Shaq. And everybody they wanted them to do it because you wanted that feeling of, dude, I know what it was like when Mike did it, but imagine if Shaq and Kobe did it.
Mm-hmm. And that's the ultimate thing, right? Like, when the draw, right? Like, Mel was there for all of the three-peats. I caught the second one. You know what I mean? But when you see the atmosphere, when you see the draw that one person brings, right? Like Mel said, you get access to the entire Chicago sports package because of one person. But to see that one person bring out crowds and crowds,
right,
and crowds of people,
right, and that's what you just said, Aaron. Is crazy. Is another thing on why superstar, like the reason why I claim that there's only a handful of superstars in the NBA today. Handful. And I don't even think there's a handful. I really think there's 2 or 3.
I was gonna say really only 2 or 3.
You got Steph Curry, you got LeBron, and then it's pretty much a crapshoot after that.
It's really a toss-up.
Because they like to throw the term, superstar around a lot. There's a lot of guys that come to my job and here in Vegas. NBA players, football players, they come. I know them because I'm a fan. But they walk around and no one knows who the fuck they are. No one knows.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, so my example of a superstar is someone who can't just walk in the public without being noticed, without being bombarded. Like, Steph Curry can't walk into my job.
Yeah,
no. There's no way. He wouldn't make it from his car to the front door. Donovan Mitchell is not a superstar.
No,
Donovan Mitchell, if he wasn't 6'5", he could walk into, like, somebody's gonna ask him what he does because he's tall.
Well, I mean, if he can, motherfuckers miss the Sacramento King players walking down the goddamn street out here all the time.
Yeah, like he's a star. Yeah, exactly. He's a star.
I mean, he's a basketball player. Don't get me wrong.
Donovan Mitchell taller than 6'1". He taller than 6'1".
Don't get me wrong, but if you don't watch or pay attention to basketball, or especially Cavaliers basketball, you're not gonna know who Donovan Mitchell is. Like, it is what it is. It just right. Like, Clay used to take his goddamn boat to practice every day.
Mm-hmm.
Never was mobbed. Never was like, there was people who knew who Klay Thompson was. There's people who didn't know who the fuck Klay Thompson was.
Oh, see, Donovan Mitchell's 6'3". Honestly, he could walk in my job. Nobody would know who the fuck he is. My
brother's taller than Donovan Mitchell, so like,
that's crazy. I thought, for whatever reason, I thought he was taller than that. Like, they're just like, I have football players come to my job. Sean Merriman came into my job. Nobody knew who this big motherfucker was. Nobody.
Hold on, Mel, because I got one. I got like 3, right? Brandon Rush, right? Brandon Rush. Mm-hmm. In my job one year, nobody except the sport guys knew who he was, right? Another one, Willie Cauley-Stein, right? You know, his big ass.
He had 7 feet.
7 feet. Nobody knew who he was except the sport guys, right? Now, here was the craziest one, right? One of the most legendary, one of the most best running backs to ever grace the football field walks into my store. All the sport guys literally freeze dead in their tracks. And everybody like, oh my God, hi, sir, how you doing? They just treat him like a normal ass person. And we just sitting there looking at each other like, you niggas don't even know who this person is.
Who?
It was Ricky Williams.
Oh, wow. Well, Ricky Williams looked like a regular nigga.
He do, but you know, to people like us,
we would know Ricky.
we was like, hey, yo, nigga, is that really Ricky Williams, dog? Like, and they're like, oh my God, who's Ricky Williams? Like, so like, and it's
OBJ
like,
was a superstar.
OBJ was a superstar. There was women who knew who OBJ was.
It was OBJ. He's still a super, even though he's not playing well. Because he is so well known. Mm-hmm. He's a brand unto himself.
Yep.
Okay, that's what makes a superstar. Like, it's hard. Like, as popular as Lamar Jackson is,
he's not a superstar. I'm telling you, there's people in the world who don't know who he is.
He's not a superstar. And that sounds crazy because we love Lamar. We know how great of a talent Lamar is. But if Lamar Jackson was walking down the street right now, 8 out of 10 people wouldn't know who the fuck Lamar Jackson was.
Josh Allen can come to town and go to a country concert, and I promise you, nobody will know who the fuck he is.
He looked like everybody there.
Nobody will know who he is.
And I get it. It's hard for Patrick Mahomes as a superstar. You know who's a superstar? Probably gonna hate this one.
Travis Kelce.
No, that's because of his girlfriend.
Exactly.
Baker Mayfield.
There you go.
Baker Mayfield is a superstar.
Oh, of course.
Baker's face is known everywhere. Like, you don't have to be a great super duper player to be a superstar. Dennis Rodman is a superstar. Wasn't a great player. But Dennis Rodman can't go nowhere and they not know who he is.
He was a superstar. He dated Madonna, he was a superstar.
Yeah.
You know
so, like, we have, it's like, what do you say?
Only other one is Tom Brady.
In the NFL right now, Jalen Hurts is a superstar. And the reason why I say Jalen Hurts is a superstar, every female that I know knows Jalen Hurts.
They know who he is.
Every single female knows Jalen. They may not know anything about football,
but they know the Eagles quarterback.
But they know Jalen Hurts. Russell Wilson is a superstar.
They know who Russell Wilson. They know who Russell Wilson is because of Sierra.
Yeah. Like Russell Wilson, superstar.
Because of Sierra. They know who he is. Like I said, Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
Because of who his woman is.
Yeah, because of Taylor Swift.
Yep. All the stuff
they knew of Travis Kelce before.
Yeah, because of the woman that he was with and stuff like
because
that.
Because of the black chick, because of the black girl.
Yeah. But superstar.
Yeah. So it's, the word superstar gets thrown around entirely too much for me. Entirely too much. Because too many people don't deserve it. And you may have a cool nickname and all that stuff, but You think superstars win more than they let you down? 100%. That's part of being a superstar. Yeah. Like, if Lamar Jackson wins a Super Bowl, he becomes a megastar. He becomes a megastar. But until he does that, he's going to be a good football player. He's going to be a good quarterback. He's going to be an exciting quarterback. He's going to be all those things, but a superstar he is not.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Because it's the Chiefs, because it's Taylor Swift, because it's Travis Kelce and his teammates. That's why Patrick Mahomes is known, right? He's won a Super Bowl, right? So along with the narrative, he's produced on the field.
Yep. That's that's why, especially in the NBA, even with the NBA, if you're not marketable, I can't, look at Giannis. Giannis won MVPs, he won a championship, he's won DPOYs. You can't market him for shit. Right.
Oh man, leave my boy Giannis alone, man. My boy Giannis be out there.
No, but it's like
playing things because he's from Greece and it's new to the America, so everything is just so new and so different. But I like it.
Right, like you have to be able. You become Zach LaVine. Yeah, like You can't like think about it. It's just who in the NBA?
Well,
There's nobody in the NBA.
Dak been walking downtown every single day and don't nobody know who the fuck he is.
You can. There's nobody in the NBA right now that you would say, you know what? I'm gonna go see him. Take Steph Curry, take LeBron off the table. If we're talking about the young, like the younger superstars, you're gonna go to a Boston game to see Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown?
The only person I would want to go see live in person as a young superstar is LaMelo Ball. Right now, the only person who I want to see in person.
And that's only because I like, and that for me, that would because I like LeVar and I like everything he's done.
There you go. I fuck with Triple B, man. Fuck with my Ball brothers,
Triple
man.
B is not like I like the brand of the Ball brothers. I love it. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to a Charlotte game to go watch LaMelo play.
I can understand that Russ pick.
For Russ, would I go to an NFL game to see Russell Wilson?
Would you go to an NBA game to see Russell Westbrook?
Would I go to an NBA game to see Russell Westbrook?
Yep. Nuggets currently. So it would be a different game.
Yes. See, but then I'm a Russ fan. I'm trying to take it out of the lens of me being a fan of the person.
That makes sense. Let's see.
Like, if you're gonna ask me, like Melvin, you gotta buy one ticket to to an NBA game or to an NFL game. Who is the person that you have to go see that you would spend your money on? And it can only be one game in the NFL and one game in the NBA. But it can't be Steph or LeBron. It's got to be one of the young kids. And I would be stuck because none of them intrigue me enough in the NBA to be like, I'm going to spend my money to go see him. And the closest I would get to somebody like that of the younger generation would maybe be Shea.
See that? Seeing Shea play live, I can definitely understand that.
And in the NFL, if you're going to ask me and we're going to take Patrick Mahomes off the table and it's like one person, well, see, I got to take I guess Lamar would be the next one.
Fuck Patrick Mahomes. I wouldn't want to see that nigga live. I don't care what. And look, I'm going to say it just like I said it on my video. The only way I would go to a Chiefs game is if them bum-ass niggas is playing the Raiders. It's like the only reason I go to an LA game is if them bum-ass niggas is playing the Warriors. Okay? Because fuck them niggas. I ain't going out of my nigga. I don't care about Pat. Nigga, I wouldn't pay my last cent if that was the only game. I don't care if they were scrimmaging themselves and that was the only game on television. I would never. What?
See, I don't see Ant's not exciting for me to watch. If that makes sense.
To the post game to see Ant because he talk a lot of shit, and I want just to see what he
like I would go. Yeah, I mean, I would go if it was going to be Shea versus Ant. I'd go see that.
I would probably say, on a serious note, I would probably say Paolo Banchero. Honestly,
you like? See, I don't watch it. See, I don't watch it. I don't even watch this shit on TV.
Like I've been watching him since since high school. Obviously, he went to Duke. I'm a Duke Blue Devil fan. So going to see him live, that would be definitely an experience.
Okay, I get it. But coming out next year, like especially in the NFL, whatever team Shador goes to, I'm there.
I was gonna say in the NFL, it's Shador or nothing. Yeah, what the fuck, Shador?
Yeah.
Oh, honestly, actually, I lied because I would love to see CJ Stroud play live. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would love to see Jay Fields play live just so I can break it down. Live.
My bad. Forgot about my nigga Jaden. Sorry.
I'd love to see that boy Jay. What?
Yeah.
That boy Jay. Yeah, absolutely.
My bad.
Caleb, just so I can get that film.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really about it. Everybody else I can kind of see on film, but like other people, it's like you gotta see him in person. It's like that's what it is. Oh, Baker not young though. Baker not young no more.
I'm just talking about the young kids. I'm just talking about the young kids.
He like young OG.
Yeah, I'm talking about the young kids. Like Christian, like I would want to go see Christian Gonzalez live.
Oh, for sure. I would definitely go see Christian Gonzalez live. I would go see Sauce live.
Sauce, yeah.
I would say Kyle
Malik
Hamilton.
Neighbors. I think Malik Neighbors has crossed over for me.
Malik Neighbors is a good one. I would say Malik as well. I want to see Brock Bowers live. What he did last year was fucking crazy.
Yeah, I want to see that. Yeah. It's like I don't know. It's a fine line.
It is.
It's a fine line.
It is, and it's like, and you can really do that with really any sport, because it's like.
I just think with the NBA, like if I'm gonna take the older guys off the table, the future doesn't look as promising in the NBA as it does in the NFL. If you're gonna ask
me, because you're thinking like, well, yeah, I'll just catch the game, on television. There's nobody that I would like immediately go out of my way,
right? And I think nostalgia in the short term as well is what helps the NFL. It's like because you follow kids from college to the pro, it's the college careers that draw you into them is why you follow them into the pros. Where in the NBA, you don't really follow them in college to the pros. Yeah, so you're really latching on to them because they're pros now.
Mm-hmm. There's only a few that you really follow from high school if you're really tapped in like that to college. Then
I'm gonna get to free agency in 2 minutes. Yeah, I just wanted to get this nostalgia conversation out the way, and then we're gonna get to the free agency because it is absolutely ridiculous right now in free agency. So we're gonna start with the Cowboys and DeMarcus Lawrence leaving, going to the Seahawks, and Micah Parsons not all that happy about it. They had their little back and forth. And Shady had some choice words for DeMarcus Lawrence, saying, pretty much saying that he wasn't that good of a player, and if he was that good of a player, that they would have signed him. Yada 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 yada. And I'm like, no. I said sometimes you reach a breaking point, and like DeMarcus said, he didn't feel like he was going to win in Dallas, and he was there for 11 years. It's not like he doesn't know what Dallas is and what Dallas is not. Like, so, and then, they made the argument, oh, well, you're not going to win a Super Bowl in Seattle neither. I'm just like, yeah, but I'd rather the change in environment than to keep doing this. So that's how I look at it as far as that goes, because I'm pretty sure he wanted a pretty penny and Dallas wasn't trying to give him that bread. So he's like, all right, cool.
Here's the thing that I don't like. What I don't like is you soft, sensitive ass niggas with y'all fucking Twitter fingers that got something to say every goddamn time y'all hear or see a fucking soundbite or interview, bro. Mm-hmm. Why the fuck y'all always got some shit to say, bro? Especially on Twitter, my nigga. That shit's weird. Or on your fucking little Instagram lives. Like, nigga, that shit's fucking weird, bro. Like, nigga, I don't think about the opponent that much. You know what I mean? I got a game on Saturday. Nigga, I ain't thought about them niggas not fucking once. Nigga, I'm not sitting up there posting about them niggas and them niggas quoting them niggas tweets and in the brotherhood on the Facebook, this big ass group on Facebook, atting them niggas. What the fuck? That shit's weird. You niggas is lame. What the hell? That shit's lame as fuck. Like, if that's how D-Law feels, that's how he feels. You got your ass getting online, freaking quoting the tweet. First of all, you didn't even add him, nigga. Like, that's weird, nigga. I'd at least add it to me.
Well, if you're gonna say something to somebody,
like, at least mention the nigga. What the fuck, you fucking coward? But like, you gonna sit up there and say that weird ass shit because that's how he felt, bro? Like, nigga, I don't like that shit, nigga. That's lame to me, bro. At least if you gonna do that shit, bro, call that nigga, bro. Like, you got that nigga number.
You got his number.
Fucking 3, 4, fucking 5 years. Call that nigga, bro. Just if he really got something to say about it, if you really feeling some type of way. But that, oh well, my teammate left me and I didn't know, or he came on there and said how he really feels because he couldn't say that obviously when he was still signed under contract with the fucking team, you dunce. Like, that should literally be apparent. Now that he's has free reign because he's not on the team anymore, he says how he really feels, and now you niggas don't nigga, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Pretty much.
Shut your ass up, bro. That's lame as hell. Like, and then it's the social media aspect for me. Like, why are you on Twitter quoting the video about what this nigga said? If you didn't like it, call that nigga. And all them niggas be doing that same lame ass shit. They'll get on there and they'll see an interview or they'll see something that somebody said. And I know these niggas have each other's numbers. That's the fucking cool part about it.
There's no way you play with a nigga for 4 years and you don't got his number.
I know you niggas know each other. Even if you niggas don't play with each other, you niggas talk, well, I don't know, bro. I ain't never met him a day in my life. Shut your lying ass up. Nigga, you niggas know each other, bro. Y'all be having each other's number and be fucking keying and side talking and shit, pillow talking all the goddamn time. But now when y'all beefing, niggas don't know each other now. Oh, y'all ain't never met bro in my life. Nah. But here's what I got to say about him though on live television when I could have just called him and said, shut your lame ass up, bro. The hell?
Yeah. Like, so, Michael Parsons to me has gotten to a very unlikable place. I don't like it's not, and I don't know him. I'm just saying I just don't like his antics and all of those things. Yeah, no. Yeah, well, that's totally different. We're talking about defensive niggas and offense, and you're talking about a quarterback.
They told that nigga Russ that though. To his face multiple times.
Right, yeah, they said we didn't find that out until Marshawn told the story.
Like, they told that nigga Russ that shit to his face multiple times, and that was what built the turmoil in the locker room.
Yeah. So, and it wasn't
you getting too much special treatment, and they went to go tell Pete. That's why Earl Thomas that nigga off on the field.
And we're missing context to the Russell Wilson shit. Russell Wilson was cool until. Was it Golden Tate? Who fucked his wife? Was it Golden Tate? No. Was it Golden Tate?
No, remember, because Golden Tate was the one who was fading with Jalen Ramsey, because Jalen Ramsey was dating his sister.
Right. It was who was it?
I do remember that though.
Who was sleeping?
Because he was with the white girl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she cheated on him. Yep, I remember that. Yep, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was Golden Tate.
Oh, it was Golden Tate. So my boy was getting
Golden Tate. Yeah. When the Golden Tate situation happened, Russ was pissed that everybody in the locker room knew about this except him. So when he cut all ties with everybody, that's why nobody had his number after that. Stephon Diggs probably would have slept with his wife too.
Not probably.
No, he would have. My bad. No probably in that. Cooper Kupp, 3-year deal, $45 million to the Seahawks. No. Now I'm trying to figure out how the Rams couldn't have paid him $45 million for 3 years to stay in LA.
Oh, I was like, bro, who is? Never mind. We can get to that in a second. They just didn't want bro no more. That's what I got from it. They told that nigga that week 15 last year.
Like, I don't understand it. And I thought he was going to do something nasty, like go to fucking San Diego. I'm keep going to San Diego. Go to the Chargers. Like, I would have really wanted him to go to the Chargers. Because I think him teaching Ladd McConkey how to be another crazy ass white boy wide receiver would have been insane, and that just would have made everything that Jim Harbaugh is doing over there just so much better.
I think a Lad McConkey over there going crazy. That's wild. But I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to Coop. He linking up with Sam Darnold.
And he went home. I mean, he went home. I went home because I forgot why did he go to Seattle? But I remember he went to Eastern Washington, but he's from But he's from there. So he probably grew up a Seahawks fan.
Yeah. So, going home, going back local and whatnot, which I guess seems to be a trend in free agency at the moment.
Yep. Who else we got? We got the Bosa boy. 1 year deal in Miami. I mean in Buffalo.
That's interesting.
I thought he would have ended up in San Francisco with his brother.
Oh my God, that's the most interesting thing ever. The most injury-prone nigga in LA, where it's hot, goes to a frigid place where it's fucking cold all the time.
And it's weird because they let Von Miller go. Like, they the same nigga.
I was gonna say, which is stupid, but okay, Buffalo.
Mac Jones to the 49ers. Noodle arm, still in the league.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, I forgot the nigga existed. But I guess they got rid of Joshua Dobbs, so this is probably gonna be their replacement.
I like this one. This helps out a lot. Darius Slade to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. That one was kind of interesting.
I'm gonna get to Daniel Jones and the Colts right now. Right after we get more just thoughts on Darius Slade to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that one was kind of interesting. I was like, wait a minute. Slade. I don't understand why he don't like his first name, but that's another story for another time. I don't know. I was more inclined to think that they would, at least want to bring him back, or he would probably go back to Detroit, where it all started. But Pittsburgh, hey, that's an interesting choice. You know what I mean?
Him and Joey Porter Jr. That's a good tandem.
All I'm saying is that's a physical league, brother. Better be ready to tackle in that motherfucking league. Yeah,
no, I like Darius. Darius, he don't shy away from the contact.
He don't. I'm just talking shit just because, what I'm saying. He going to the Steelers. So yeah.
I think the Steelers are. I still don't understand why they just don't sign Russell Wilson. It doesn't make any sense to me.
I mean, at this point, you really don't got no choice.
Like, just sign Russell Wilson and call it a day and just get it cracking.
You let your young bull walk. So, I mean, the logical choice here is to obviously sign Russ, right?
That's what I would think. I wouldn't even have him dancing around entertaining other deals. Like, I'd be like, no, just stay here. We'll sign you. You got DK. You got Pickens. You got Austin. You got Freiermuth. You're probably going to pick up a running back or two in the draft.
Unless there's truth that Aaron Rodgers is actually going to Pittsburgh.
I'm not picking Aaron Rodgers.
They would be stupid enough to do it, though.
I wouldn't do it. Nope. If y'all were mad at this would be, you know what? Put it like this. Do it. I dare you to do it. This would be the first season Mike Tomlin don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they would be stupid enough to.
This will be the first time his ass don't make the playoffs. Guaranteed. The motherfuckers will win 6 games.
In that division? God damn it.
Aaron Rodgers is trash. He is not a good quarterback.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And then speaking of trash and not good quarterbacks, Daniel Jones to the Colts.
Who else went to the Colts? Somebody else went to the Colts. That was really confusing. Because why would you go there? Oh, I know. I remember who it is. We'll get to it in a second. I remember who it is. Because why? But okay. But Daniel Jones,
Exactly.
Sure. All right. The niggas should be playing in the XFL at this point. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Daniel Jones, and I watched Chris Broussard have his rant on this, basically saying that Daniel Jones is calling out Anthony Richardson saying that he can take his job. There is nothing Daniel Jones can do to take Anthony Richardson's job. He is not a better quarterback than Anthony Richardson. There is nothing. Daniel Jones is terrible. Terrible.
You know they put that nigga on scout team as a safety, right?
Anthony Richardson may not be the best, but he's better than Daniel Jones.
Think of Chris Broussard, bro. That nigga need to stop dyeing his hair blonde, bro. Because it's getting to his wrinkles.
Evan Ingram. I was kind of curious to see where he was going to go. I know the Eagles was looking for a tight end because I heard they were in trade talks to get Kyle Pitts from Atlanta. But when Evan Ingram got released, I was like, well, shit, go get Evan Ingram's ass. But he went to the Broncos.
Yep.
So there's that.
Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. Fuck y'all. When y'all realize Bo Nix is Team Tebow 2.0, I'm going to be so excited because everybody went over here to fucking lose.
Yep. Grady Jarrett to the Chicago Bears. The Bears had a pretty decent. The Bears have gotten nothing but offense and defensive line this whole goddamn.
As they should have, because them niggas was getting punched on all season. So you had to get some new niggas in there. They are rebuilding the draft.
Yeah.
What are we going for at this point?
We suck again.
Yeah. That's what we're going for. They're rebuild through that draft, man.
Let's see. Malik Collins signed with the Cleveland Browns. Not a big deal. Javon Hargrave to the Vikings.
That was pretty big. Even though what was bigger was the Niners cutting him, not trading him.
Right.
You could have traded him.
Exactly. Which makes no sense.
Why would you not trade him? Why would you just cut him? That's actually kind of crazy. For a pick or something, like my word.
And this little gnome, fuck the gnome pirate, this bitch ass nigga, Gardner Minshew going to the Chiefs. Oh, nigga. I despise
you, Billy Ray Cyrus, Beach Boy, shit mustache having motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
With your nasty ass, crusty, dusty, rusty mullet in the back of your fuck ass head. Gonna go to the enemy, bro?
Yeah. Good luck with that, Brody. That I saw that. I was like, oh, fuck him. D-Hop to the Ravens. It's probably a year too late, but
man,
D-Hop.
Thank you, Mel. I was about to say the same shit. You stupid nigga. You should have did that 2 years ago. Lamar would have already had his chip. You would have had
exactly. Like, bro, like you should have been to this, dog. If you was on the team last year, they win the Super Bowl.
Bro, that's exactly what the fuck I was gonna say. I was just gonna say that. Like, nigga, you could have did that shit last year and they win the Super Bowl. You were having a Super Bowl ring. You niggas is just coming back from Dubai or some weird shit. I don't fucking know, nigga, but you did this shit last year. The Ravens won the Super Bowl. Legit.
Yep. Easy. We've been saying this for how long have we been saying D-Hop to the Ravens?
D-Hop to the Ravens. D-Hop to the Ravens. D-Hop to the Ravens. Now you want to do it.
Yeah, now you want to do it at your big old age.
God damn. Listen to us, bro. We were trying to tell y'all.
Just listen, dog. Just follow the goddamn show. Yeah. And that's like I said, and that's pretty much it, it. Like I said, we're not gonna be here. This is not a lot of football talk. We're gonna get to more and more of the combine and our Inside the Huddle mock draft and all that shit next week.
More free agency talk because it ain't over. Niggas are still signing.
It's not over yet. Not over yet. And I got to get into, all the Shador hate still. I still got to get into that. I'm going to see if I can talk Junior into coming on the show, talking some shit. We don't talk about Devontae on the show. We gave up.
I'm disappointed in you, man. I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Got the same damn name and you over here catting off. Fuck is wrong with you, dog?
Yeah, no, he should have just came back on home to the Raiders, and he didn't. He went to the Rams, and it is what it is.
You 4 hours away, nigga. You could have just came to Vegas, nigga, and went back home anytime you fucking wanted to, just like you was doing before. But guess what? Your ass went back with noodle arm, fathead ass Jimmy G.
Right, and I hope Matthew Stafford get hurt in preseason so that Jimmy G got to be the quarterback for the whole season.
Bow, just like that.
Yep, and he gets you fucked up all over again, just in a different uniform.
Mm-hmm. Just in a different uniform. Which goes to show you should have brought your dumb ass back to the Raiders.
Yep. See, I don't like wishing bad on people, but you brought this on yourself, brother.
You should have got your stupid ass on the plane and got your dumb ass back to the Raiders under Tom Brady because you knew we was getting Shador. That's it. You should have helped get Shador. You should have helped them convince them to draft Shador. But
we're definitely gonna talk about that next week because all of this Shador Sanders is dropping out of the first round into the second round. And okay, matter of fact, I'm gonna touch on that before we get out of here.
What pick we got in the second round? Why y'all talking shit?
Yeah, I'm very sensitive about this.
Oh, we are very sensitive about this. That bitch ass nigga left, bro. Did you see how he left us, dog? Especially as Raider. Do you understand as Raider fans how that nigga just dipped on us, bro?
I had a whole conversation with this nigga. I was at his flag football camp and all that shit out here. Come on, man. No. Fuck.
And then bounced up behind Aaron Rodgers, smiling and shit. Like these niggas just got done conducting a motherfucking Dr. Doofenshmirtz Dr. Evil fucking plan and shit together. Like, what the talking about bullshit?
Yeah. To win 5 fucking games.
Go out there and produce less than 300 yards, less than 500 yards, nigga. The hell wrong with you niggas? What?
Fuck that.
Niggas got together and linked up. We still got that picture on Twitter. Don't worry about it. And thought that they was finna create magic, turn the Jet season around. Niggas back in there smiling, smirking and shit.
Yeah, looking like dummies, high off ayahuasca.
Nigga, the hell? Looking like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy. Whole bunch of dummies. Nigga.
Big dummies.
They ain't looking like the Mud Dogs, pre-Water Boy. Nigga, I was like, bro, what the hell? Niggas over here smiling. Nigga, you want to get on there talking shit? Oh, God damn it. Goodness gracious. Then he want to get on there talking shit with Miss Kay Adams.
All right.
Is it okay? Not really okay.
Yeah,
Raider fan. He's supposed to be a Raider fan. He grew up loving the team I grew up. Nigga,
so he said.
I couldn't get the nigga. Nah, this is personal.
Yeah, like fuck that. Like, all right, so all of a sudden, Shador Sanders isn't good. He's overrated. He's all of these things. They got the quarterback from Louisville.
Yes.
Tyler Shong was his name? Some dumb shit.
Tyler Schnotts.
Yeah.
Tyler Schnossage.
They said that he is fighting for QB2 in this draft.
QB2 is fucking crazy because y'all act like these other quarterbacks in the league don't exist or in the draft exist right now.
I did my own homework just because I was like, I don't know this kid. I never watched him play, so I don't know much. So I was like, let me go watch some tape. So I watched a good 2 hours of tape on this kid, Tyler. One, his release is too fucking slow and is too long. He starts it from too far down. I don't like that. Number 2, and the most important part of all of this, in my assessment of this, Ja'Cory Jackson is an NFL wide receiver.
Bingo.
Ja'Cory Jackson is nasty. Now, I had to find out where they was at. They got him going in the second round, early third. Now, Ja'Cory Brooks, my bad. Ja'Cory Brooks, that's the NFL nigga. If the Raiders can get him, oh yeah, get that dude. They got another motherfucker, Jaden Thompson. He's an NFL wide receiver, 100%. They got a tight end, Mark Redmond. That's an NFL tight end, legit. And they got another dude, Chris Bell. Chris Bell is Tyreek Hill 2.0. This is just after 2 hours of film watching this shit. He's got NFL dudes all around him. So, is he good? He's minor. he don't look no different than Dylan Gabriel or them other niggas. But to put him in the same category as Cam Ward or Shador Sanders is laughable. Or Jackson Dart, for that matter. It's absolutely laughable.
Or even Kyle McCord, honestly. Like, the nigga that they was talking about from, what was it, Memphis? That nigga's better than Tyler. I'm sorry, bro, but I watched enough Louisville games to get a picture of exactly what he did at Louisville and what he can do in the league. Like, y'all, I'm sorry y'all don't watch enough football, bro. But no, there's absolutely no way. I'm telling you.
And I'm telling y'all this now before the draft ain't even start yet. He ain't even in the league. Ja'Cory Brooks is like that. He's like that. He's going to be a dope ass wide receiver. He's going to be like a Nico Collins, where you didn't hear much. Like, I'm a Michigan guy, so I know how Nico was when he was at Michigan. So I could have told you he was going to be a decent wide receiver, really good. I didn't expect him to be this. Ja'Cory Brooks is that type of kid where you don't hear much from him in college. I mean, he had 1,000 yards last year, and he went to Alabama too. So you should know if you played at Alabama, you got to be halfway good. Then went to Louisville, showed his ass. He's an NFL. He's 6'4", 190, 200 pounds. He's fast. I think at the combine he ran like a 4.43. Like, that kid, and he's smooth. He jumps off the screen when you watch him.
Yeah. I just don't think that he's but they always try to insert some guy.
They got to push somebody up there. They got to.
Towards the end of it or towards the beginning of the draft to try to throw everything off or whatever the case may be. But the Raiders got the 37th pick in the second round, which I don't think Shador's falling to. But even if you do, you dumbass niggas allow him to fall to us in the second round.
They got the 32nd pick in the second round?
37.
37. So they pick in
which I would be
they got the 6th pick in the second round.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be surprised if we fuck around and tried to. No, we wouldn't even have to, but fuck it, I wouldn't even be surprised if we tried to trade up and grab another one.
If I am the Raider, this is what I would do. And I said this, I was talking to my cousin about this yesterday or the day before yesterday. I would do everything in my power to move up to have 2 picks in the first round.
Yep, I would try to do that as well.
I do everything in my power to move up. If I could move up from 6 to 3, you got to figure out a way to get Shador. You got to. And if you can move up to get Shador, then your next pick should be a running back, Ashton Genty, or T-Mac, the wide receiver from Arizona.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people are thinking that, or are hearing that Genty to the Raiders is starting to gain a lot of buzz. So I would probably try to do the same thing, try to move up, grab my quarterback for the future, Shador, because we understand that we still have a guy in Geno, which now could be a perfect bridge quarterback. Grab Genty. Hopefully he's still there. But
even if you don't get Genty,
yeah,
you still got Omarion Hampton. You got Ollie Gordon. There's a bunch. I already told you I like Cam Scatterbo. There's a bunch of running backs you can get if you can't get Ashton Genty, but Shador should be the main priority.
For sure, literally the main one. Like, you have to secure the Shador bag before anything.
If Shador falls to the last, if he drops that far, if I'm the Ravens, I move that 32 pick into the first round. If it's late, if you can get the 28th or the 27th pick and you can draft Shador at 27, oh fuck yeah, 100%.
Most definitely.
Like, I don't believe he falls past the Raiders at 6. I just don't believe that.
I don't think so.
It would shock me, and I'm gonna tell everybody this right now. If Shador, whatever team Shador goes to, if he passes the Raiders, that's what I'm saying. I'm giving up my Raiders shit. I'm giving it up. I'm done. It's over. So that was, and I'm saying, like, if he gets drafted at number 2, 3, 4, 5, it is what it is. The Raiders didn't have a shot.
Yeah, they have a
but
shot.
if they pass him up at 6, fuck the Raiders. That's all I'm saying.
Which would be crazy.
Which would be crazy and possible. But I'm saying fuck the Raiders.
Which would be crazy. Y'all better not do that shit. I need to hear number 6. Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, I'd lose my shit. I would break every TV in this house.
Don't fucking play with me, bro. I don't care about the Geno signing. Don't get me wrong, I do.
No, and all of these fucking people. Oh, well, the Raiders are good at quarterback because they signed Geno Smith. No, we're not.
No, we're not. Stop saying this. The Jets signed Aaron Rodgers into the same year took the future and Jordan Travis. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Which is crazy that they got Justin Fields knowing they got Jordan Travis.
See them bitch ass niggas is over there. Selfish.
I'll still take Jordan Travis.
They need to give us one of them niggas, bro. Them niggas being selfish, bro.
Yeah. So we're gonna get more into this shit next week.
Yes, man. Niggas get them in New Jersey.
Like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Peep into basket to basket. Gentlemen's talk. I gotta make time to get on Gentlemen's talk. Maybe this week.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You do. It's been getting interesting over there, man.
Pro days are next week. That is, yes, we are going to get into those as well.
Mm-hmm. So when all of this pro day happens, and
because when Shiloh runs that 4-3, I don't want to hear nobody's mind.
And everybody starts to get on these Sander boy nuts again. I don't want to hear shit. Because that's exactly what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna
predict Shedeur gonna run a low 4-5.
I got him running 4-5-6 or 4-5-8 around there. Between there.
I got him a low 4-5. He's gonna run the 40 faster than Cam Ward. That's what I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cam's gonna,
because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Cam Ward is more athletic and he's more this and he's more that." I'm keep trying to say, y'all don't watch tape, do you?
4.64 for Cam Ward.
Yeah, he's gonna be around the 4.6, 4.7.
Mm-hmm. For sure. But like Mel said, make sure y'all tune into the rest of the show throughout the rest of the week. Don't fucking miss it because Gentlemen's Talk this week is gonna be crazy. PVT next week. I know we had to cancel the show this past week. Had some things going on, some technical difficulties, but we are back because WrestleMania is coming up and it's been a lot of shit happening. Our tribal chief has returned, and we know we got to motherfucking talk about it. And we doubling back on Friday inside the huddle. So make sure you don't miss it. We can catch y'all next week though.
Next week, we'll see you. Thanks for everybody coming through. Aaron, Dre, there was somebody else in the chat too.
Yeah, somebody else slid through and then slid up out of this joint. Thought they was asleep.
Yeah. But either way, thanks for coming through. Everybody adds love and adds their piece to the show, and we appreciate it. Should have a guest. I'm trying to get a guest. Well, I got one for PVT next week, which is fine. He's supposed to come yesterday, but
we're gonna have a full show.
Yeah. And then I gotta call Dawn and what's the name? Because we gotta start gearing up. We gotta make that trip down to Tennessee.
Hey man, I'm trying to tell you, it's season right now. I'm in the middle. I'm starting off mine, so we definitely got to get to talking about theirs and what they got going on. So
yeah, so we got to get that going. Got to reach out to them, get the women's football season cracking, and season 3 is on the way. So, Gary, I got to figure out where we're going to start it though. But just stay tuned.
Working on it.
Yeah, come on, push your button.
Push the goddamn button.
Push the